Welcome to Continuous Compliance on AWS. This live lesson will be most useful if you're a software developer or a security and compliance professional who wants to integrate compliance into every facet of the software development and delivery process. It assumes you have a working knowledge of AWS and programming experience. I'm a founder of Stelligent and Chief AWS Evangelist at Emphasis, where my focus has been on helping enterprises apply DevOps practices on AWS. I have 6 AWS certifications, including the AWS Certified DevOps Engineer Professional and the AWS Certified Security Specialty. I've architected, implemented, and I have been an AWS hero since 2016, which recognizes to the AWS community. In addition, I've authored multiple books and publications on DevOps and continuous integration, including the award-winning Continuous Integration, Improving Software Quality and Reducing Risk, and DevOps Essentials on AWS Radio podcast. In this live lesson, you will learn how to automate compliance on AWS using AWS developer tools. Course on how to apply continuous delivery to compliance and not on software architectures. The Continuous Compliance on AWS live lesson has a heavy focus on the following services: Code Pipeline, which is a fully managed service for releasing software using which is a fully managed service for storing code in private Git repositories. AWS Code Build, which is a fully managed service for building and testing code. AWS Config and tracking resource inventory and changes. And AWS Config Rules checks whether the changes violate any of the conditions, which is a fully managed service for detecting events and then triggering targets that can remediate non-compliant resources. All the examples in this course are automated via AWS CloudFormation. AWS Code Pipeline is the service used for continuous delivery of the compliance checks in this live lesson. All the examples are available from a GitHub. If you launch all the sample solutions and then terminate the resources after one day, you'll spend less than $10 on AWS fees for the use of the AWS services. While the course predominantly uses AWS tools, there will be some third-party integrations and open source tools incorporated into the examples. You can fork the GitHub repository to make your own preventive controls. You'll learn how to run static analysis tools to prevent problems from occurring. In Lesson 3, Detective Controls, you will learn how to run detective compliance checks using AWS Config Rules. In Lesson 4, More Detective Controls, you will learn about more advanced detective compliance checks on AWS using custom config rules. Remediation, you will learn how to automatically fix non-compliant resources. In Lesson 6, Continuous Compliance, you will put together an end-to-end continuous compliance solution on AWS. The best way to reach me is on Twitter, @PaulDuvall. So we have a lot to cover.